Hello and welcome to Home Entertainment. I'm Brandie Yates, and we are with the cast of Broadway's Aladdin here at the Wharton Center. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
I'm going to first have you each introduce yourselves and what character you play.
My name's Jonathan Weir. I play Jafar, the evil villain or vizier, second to the Sultan.
Okay, and you?
Hi, I play Princess Jasmine. My name is Kaena Kekoa.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I'm in love with the animated movie. I'm very excited to see how it comes to life on stage. Let's talk a little bit about the Disney magic and just the stage production overall.
Well, first of all, I think that the Broadway version versus the animated feature has equally or more magic, and we have everything from 8,000 Swarovski crystals on the men's jackets and pants and fezzes in Friend Like Me number, which is the genie's number where he meets Aladdin, to flying carpets, to fireworks on stage. It doesn't disappoint in terms of the magic at all. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, the creative team really did a great job in making sure that when the audience walks into the theater, when they sit down, that they are invited into Agrabah with us. The first number of the show, Arabian Nights, we are inviting you into our world, making sure that you feel a part of the Disney magic, so you won't be disappointed.
Okay, and let's talk about the characters you play and maybe how you got to this role to where you are today.
Well, I'm just really evil. No, I auditioned. I had a callback, and I got cast. That's the simple version. I worked for I did Lion King on and off for 13 years with Disney. I'm based out of Chicago. Most of my work's there. I've done some regional and some production contract. But yeah, I looked at the animated feature as a source material before I went in, and then I thought, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to make it my own, and you add your own thing to it, and thankfully, I think they dug it, and it's worked.
And what role, I want to ask you, what role have you played that maybe is your favorite? Is Jafar one of your favorites?
I'd say the one that's currently paying me is my favorite. But Jafar's great fun. Scar and Pumbaa were great fun. I did a production of Twelfth Night at Chicago Shakespeare a couple years ago, Malvolio, which was awesome. A production of The Goodman, which was based on a Roberto Bolaño 900-page novel. It was a 5.5-hour play that we did. That was a challenge as an actor. And then, Little Night Music that I did about 8 years ago. I played Frederick. So those are some of the ones that sort of stand out.
Okay, and how about you?
Are you
sorry,
impressed?
what was the question? I was just really amazed.
Stop.
How did you get to the role you are in today? And then what's your favorite role you've ever played?
Well, actually, this is my first professional role. I've never done anything like this. I've done community theater back home. I'm from Hawaii. I did church musicals, like little stuff like that, but nothing at this level. So I would probably have to say this is my favorite so far. And yeah, getting paid to do it is crazy.
Cool too. I think that's really impressive.
Right. So having this be your first professional role, how does it feel?
I mean, it's a dream come true.
She's a pro. She'll have you believe it.
No, I never thought I would do anything at this level. I didn't think I was good enough to do anything like this. So being able to work with amazing people who have done so much more than I have, and getting to learn from them. And
just old.
Stop. Is honestly humbling.
Okay. For those who maybe have never come to a show or been even a part of theater. I mean, I grew up with high school, doing musicals in high school, choreography. I'm a dancer at heart.
Nice.
So this is like my favorite space ever, and talking to you is just a dream come true. But what do you want to tell those people who are maybe on the fence, or inviting them to explore the theater and kind of let themselves escape?
I think we're so inundated with so much content. We can binge watch 7 episodes or 7 seasons of whatever show on Netflix, and that's great. But you're doing that by yourself or in your home. There's something very unique about going into a theater with 1,000+ other people, giving over your suspension of disbelief and saying, I'm going to go on this ride and see what this story tells me. And no one decides that that's going to happen with an audience. They just consciously or unconsciously say, okay, we're going to go along here. And we as actors get the joy for me is that we get to reflect the human condition back to the audience. And, this show is so full of, yes, it's got the Disney magic, but it's got the adult theme of a boy who's lost his parents. He's trying to make his mother proud. He finds this princess. He is battling being himself or trying to impress her. I mean, it's, and then he the genie befriends him, and they have a great relationship. So it plays on a lot of different levels, and it plays to a lot of different age groups. We have everything from 5-year-olds all the way up to 95-year-olds come to see the show, because I think there is something for everyone. But I think a live theater event is unique, and if you are sitting on the fence, put on your scarf and gloves and coat, and come to the Wharton Center, and just buy yourself a beer or a soda, and then watch the show. It's great fun.
Mm-hmm. It's unexpectedly funny as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Jafar is very funny. When I first saw the show, I was rolling in my seat. I mean, at everything that Jafar was saying, I was like, "Oh my goodness,
Are
this
you
is
bucking
so
for
much
lunch?
fun."
What do you want?
I just need a ride back to my
Okay,
hotel.
we can do that.
Yeah, but it's just a lot of fun, and something about live theater, like Jonathan was saying, it's something different about just being by yourself and being surrounded by all these people who are just waiting to have a great time. And that's something that I experienced as well, growing up, going to the theater and watching people sing and dance and act and immersing myself in someone else's world, being not a part of, just kind of relaxing. I don't have to be kind of part of it. I get to enjoy what these people are offering me. So that's kind of what people can expect. You can be invited into Agrabah, be invited into the Disney magic, and not just sit on your couch and binge watching something for 8 hours.
Well, it's live theater. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, there is that, and things do happen that
It's
go
different
wrong, and
every night.
and it is different every night because the audiences are different. There may be some element on stage. We keep going through it all,
Yep.
but it informs the whole story and show.
Yeah, you can miss a step.
Yeah.
You can have a malfunction.
That's the easy part. Forget
Yeah,
a
I mean-
line, forget a lyric.
Which is just fun. It's
Yeah.
like, oh.
So for those who don't know, those things do happen. Like you said, it's all the
Absolutely.
different every night.
We could write
We're
a book
human.
and it's a physical production that relies on automation, and there are 30 plus of us out on stage, but there's another 30 or 40 people backstage making the show happen. So there's a lot of elements that come together to make this happen. It travels. We have 30 semi trucks that move the show from city to city. So it's a little bit like running away and joining the circus. A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. So that takes me to my last question. As actors, and I'm sure you all have to sing and dance and everything to be a Jack and Jill of all trades, what is your creative process in preparing for any role, and then this one specifically?
Wow. Well, in preparing for the role, it starts with the audition. And then when you get the role, and in this case, we were encouraged to make it our own, even though we were the 6th production of Aladdin that they put up. So that also helps because you feel like you can personalize it. And you know that I always say, I'm just running the costume. I didn't originate the role. We don't own it. And then there's the whole thing with maintaining. We're on show 1,000, blah, 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 something right now.
Right.
It's been over 1,060 shows or something. And so it's a lot. And it's a little bit like being a professional athlete. You have to keep your mind, your body in shape and tuned up, and you have to take care of yourself. We do 8 shows a week. We get 1 day off. We travel from city to city. So it's a lot of, it's great fun. It's great. We
Yeah,
got to see a
it's
lot of the
fun.
country. You got to see a lot of the country.
Yeah, I did, more than I did
in
living on an
Hawaii.
island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, our body is our instrument. I mean, we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, because if we don't, then we can't do our job. And if we can't do our job, then
And I think we're all big believers that the audience pays a lot of money to see the show. They deserve, even though it may be our 1,000th time doing it, they deserve to see the story
Right,
as
it's
if
their
it's the
first.
first time. So, and that's actually pretty easy when you just connect with the actors on stage and you know that, we got a great story to tell.
yeah.
Anything else you want to add to the audience, or about the show, or just about you being here?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we keep saying Disney magic, but they do it right, and it's Kaena Kekoa, who, as I said, directed and choreographed, and Gregory Barnes, who did the costumes. They're just so rich, and they're part of the architecture of the world of Agrabah. I guarantee you, if you come, you will laugh, you will even be moved. It's a great 2.5 hours. It's not a bad way to spend an evening.
Okay, well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
talking
having
to
us.
me, and the happy holidays to you too, and I hope you have a fantastic run here. I know it's a 2-week show at Wharton Center, and then traveling again.
Off to Hawaii. No, we're off to Florida for 2
Okay,
months,
great. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching.